Okay, so let's talk about the actual floodlights that Nightlux does. We do two types. We do a flush mounted and we do a surface mounted. This is a flush mounted uplight and we use it when we're fitting lights into driveways or lawns or decks. It's rated at IP67, has a stainless steel bezel, and the glass is actually rated at 300 kilograms. Once these two screws are undone, the light fitting itself will simply lift out and shows you the body, which is a very well cast body with an extremely good heat shrink, which will in fact keep these LEDs nice and cool. The good thing about this light fitting from Nightlux is that on the side you will see a little Allen key which you will get with the fitting. This will adjust your uplight. Very important when lighting certain trees. You might wish to place this floodlight away from the tree and angle the light towards the tree to throw the light to the tree, depending on the type of tree. If you're in any doubt, just contact our helpline and one of our install engineers will give you recommendations on where to site these in your garden in reference to what trees you have. As normal, we have the connection point just back from the light fitting, so these can be changed and interchanged very quickly without having to unbury meters of pre-installed cable. The actual shroud itself is ribbed, so if this is set in concrete, the concrete will grab onto these ribs, allow you to easily remove the actual light fitting. It's shallow enough so it won't interrupt any major root systems, and it's made from very hard polycarbonate. This can be used, we always recommend in fact that this is used in a lawn area, and we are going to do a how-to series of actually how to fit up lights in various surfaces. This will actually be covered in a later video. We go into quite some detail on actually how to fit these. The most important thing is when you put your shroud in the ground and you fit this light into your shroud, please allow enough cable coiled up so that this light fitting can be withdrawn and placed to one side. A lot of the times non-professional lighting installers will fit a light like this and then pull the cable tight behind it and clip that cable. That's great until you go to withdraw the actual light fitting and find that you can't physically lift the light fitting out of the shroud. So on all lights, it's a very good principle to leave a certain amount of cable inside the actual shroud. So we now come on to the Nightlux 55 watt floodlight. Still rated at 300 kilograms. Comes with a very nice glare shield to prevent glare from the top or the sides. Very well cast again with a good heat shrink and a very durable bracket. You'll actually get a ground spike with this so that you can actually fix it into the ground. You can also fix this direct to the surface if you want. If you're lighting a large tree and it's not in lawn, it's in a planting bed, so you have a tree with a planting bed around it, you will want to fit this light. You don't want to fit an uplighter, a flush mounted uplighter in a planting bed, mainly because the lens will be flush with the earth and it can easily be covered. The floodlight itself has two Allen keys on either side. So once it's fitted, you can adjust the actual angle of your floodlight and do up your Allen key. The heat shrink runs all the way around the outside of this light, so that it does actually do a very good job of cooling the light down. This light can always be used to uplight larger properties. We use it mainly to uplight trees, but we have used it to uplight properties. Just please be aware of glare coming through the windows when you sight these.